Hey, hey, hey. All right. Hey, 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 everybody. Panda, wake up. Come on, buddy. No. His shirt's unbuttoned and everything. Sorry. Come on now. He may not talk much through this one. Sorry. If this is allowing me to stream on Facebook again, I was in Facebook jail. Just a reminder, I am not able to see your comments here, but I will see them once I log on to Facebook later. Now, so some sports, right? Jeez, got a bunch of different things pulled up on the screen here. All right. So, first thing I want to talk about is my bar. Now, when I say my bar, I mean the bar, because really, there's no other bars that matter. So, go ahead and get UFC 257 for for Saturday night. So, I advertise it, get some of my regulars to advertise it, try to bring in a crowd, and it works. We have a pretty good sized crowd. Considering we're still new, we haven't been open very long, we are definitely expanding. And it was a really, really good crowd. Different types of people from different professions and backgrounds, and just an eclectic mix. And it was nice. Everyone was chatting, people were getting along, people were getting to know each other, mostly veterans or friends and family of veterans. But it was a great time. Everything went perfectly. We had various foods. Someone brought in some deer sausage that everybody loved. It was a great time. I very much enjoyed it. And everyone else seemed to enjoy it. Well, then we had one tiny little problem that was it was a wide problem that everybody apparently had in America, just about. So there's that. Now, we had no fighting, and ESPN Plus went down. So a large number of people were not able to see a large portion of the UFC pay-per-view. That was the big problem we had. Now, I was looking at the different groups of people that we had there, and I'm thinking, this is a perfect test group. So I talked to people. I'm asking, what do you think we should try? What's the biggest problem you see with this joint? Still working out the kinks. Got a lot of good feedback. Lighting was really the big surprising complaint. Never would have thought of that. But yeah, apparently some lighting changes would make it feel more enjoyable to some of the crowd, which is great. I got some brand new darts for the dartboard, and that went really well. It was fun times with that one tiny problem. Drinks, by the way, I have been stocking up the best I can. Could not make a screwdriver. I've got booze aplenty. I did not have any orange juice. And then I have no grapefruit juice either. Also no milk. which not big on using milk for drinks. But hey, some people will like White Russian. So that was a big, I should check that out. Also no Tabasco sauce for, or celery sticks, right? You know, you work out these kinks as you go along. As they say in Vegas, it's a soft opening. I sell Bud Light 6-1 to the closest competitor. People drink their Bud Light. Now, I have a couple regulars who go with Michelob Ultra. Cool. Got a couple that are Dos Equis. I got one that's Miller High Life. Not me, but I do like Miller High Life. I'm a Miller Lite guy, but apparently I'm the only one that pops in. What beers do you drink? If you come across this, throw that in the comment section. I am trying to track down some Red Dog beer. Yes. For those who were poor and drinking the rough stuff in the 90s, you'll remember Red Dog. Yeah. I am tracking some down because apparently they still make it. Going through the storage, I found an old nacho machine. You know, you put the bags of cheese in, you hit the thing, and it, like you get in the gas, exactly like you would get in a gas station. In fact, suspiciously, exactly like you would find in a gas station. No questions asked. Well, I want a hot dog roller. I do. When I cook my hot dogs, generally speaking, I'll put a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan, just a little bit, and fry it. It kind of steams them, kind of fries them. I like it. It kind of is similar to the hot dog roller. But yeah, I think a hot dog roller would be nice. I need to get more help because fixing hot dogs right now, the easiest way is throw them in the microwave for 30 seconds. But all in all, it was a fantastic experiment, and football games are going really well, drawing a decent crowd. But that UFC fight, wow, we brought in a bunch. Yes, the nacho machine. Well, it's two machines, actually. One that keeps the chips warm, and then another one that dispenses the cheese. And I have the bags of cheese. Yeah, I also have cans of cheese, but yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I'm going to have wings, nachos, and pizza for the Super Bowl party. I'm not going to say money amounts, but this fat envelope hasn't made it to the bank yet. Those are not ones. I made more that night, Saturday night, than I made enough to pay all the bills for the month, including payroll, all on one pay-per-view. So the rest of the month is just straight profit. It was a big success. Except now, UFC. I like UFC. In the early days, I loved it. It was rough. It was violent. It was kind of crazy. And then they straightened it up. They cleaned it up. They implemented rules and all that. And it kind of started getting boring. But I believe they've settled into their groove. They have an eclectic group, different styles, different personalities. Dana White is fantastic at his job. And I got to say, it works out really well, I think. Now, they have superstars, but it's not dependent upon that. Like, you don't need the big superstar. Ronda Rousey, she dropped off the face of the earth and she was replaced instantly. Like, there's always someone coming up. I like it. I know in the past, you would order a Mike Tyson fight. And I love Mike Tyson. Love Mike Tyson. Top 5 greatest boxers of all time. Mike Tyson. Big fan. But it's a fucking 30-second fight. 2 minutes, maybe. Once he's fighting Lennox Lewis, it's not really worth $100 fucking dollars. And the undercard, it's a bunch of nobodies. Usually. Hell, this latest Tyson fight, exhibition, whatever, had Jake Paul on the undercard. I could be mistaken. Tell me if I'm wrong. But, geez. This fight, this UFC, I'm not sure how much was the pay-per-view and how much wasn't. That might piss me off. But I started the early prelims, whatever. I started watching, we all started watching at 7 o'clock, and it ended at 1 a.m. That's a lot of fucking fighting for $70. Now, I'm not sure when you have to pay to get this part, because I think that was around 10, maybe 8, hopefully 8. But we got a good amount of fighting in for the price if the app had not fucking crashed. That was absolutely terrible. That was the black mark on the night. A perfect night of business. And the app crashes, right? ESPN Plus failed. Kicked everyone out just as the main card was coming. So while I made some bank, and it's in an envelope because it's going to the bank, all right? I'm not taking it home, rolling around in it like Demi Moore in Indecent Proposal. Although, that does sound good. What do you think, Panda? Sleepy Panda. I missed out on an hour and a half. The last hour and a half of sales. Anyone that's been in the liquor business, the drunks, they tend, once you reach a certain drunken state, like, you don't care as much to, fuck it. That's a good fight. Buy him a drink. Yeah. Definitely missed out on all right, who wins this fight? All right. If you're right, then I'll buy you a double. But if I'm right, you buy me a double. That's, the money. Yeah. Very pissed about the ESPN Plus failing. Terrible. Now, I am going to talk about the fights. If you don't want to be surprised, well, bounce and just come back when I will have trigger warning. So you can bounce, and when you come back, if it still says trigger warning, I'm still spoiling the fights. How's that? Fair enough? Fair enough. All right. Obviously, everyone wants to talk about the Dustin Poirier Conor McGregor fight. It was a good fight. Conor McGregor looked good. He was not overly aggressive like he generally is. So I believe he was trying not to gas out, which is good because everyone knows that's his biggest problem. Poirier played it smart. He was kicking that leg, just chopping that leg non-stop. By the second, Conor won that first round, and he was winning the second round. But when that leg gave out, boom, Poirier. So he chops that leg. McGregor's going for that punch, and like his leg just gives out. On his way to the ground, Poirier's hit him 4 times. And as he is going down, Poirier's like, whoop, 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 all over him. Just boom. Brilliant, brilliant fight by Poirier. McGregor's his only flaw was he did not fucking adjust. Like, he had to know that leg was getting fucked up. But, yeah. It was a very good fight. Everyone's going to be like, oh, McGregor got destroyed. No, he got outsmarted. It was a good fight. Very nice to watch. The second most talked about fight is going to be Michael Chandler. Fucking murdered Dan Hooker. Now, I'm watching the fight, and I'm just like, Jesus. First of all, Iron Mike Chandler, get a new name. All right, get a new name. You're not Iron Mike. Everyone with the name Mike wants to be, I'm Iron Mike Johnson. I'm Iron Mike No, shut up. Stop it. It's not honoring someone. No, you're stealing. Like, Ronda Rousey, great athlete. Rowdy Ronda Rousey? No. There's only one Rowdy, and that's Roddy Piper. Sorry. You can be rough Ronda Rousey. Yeah. So Michael Chandler is just being a little pussy, right? Like, he's just staying back and staying back and staying back. Like, he's just scared of Dan Hooker. It, was looking kind of pathetic. And then, apparently, Chandler was just waiting for an opening because and then he just fucking mauls Dan Hooker. And Dan Hooker's a good fighter, right? Dan Hooker's a good fighter. He got mauled. Chandler climbed on top of him, and he fucked that dude up. He fucked him up. Like, Dan Hooker, great fighter, looked good in his other fights. He needs to get a STD check because I'm not sure Michael Chandler pulled out, if you get what I mean. Fucked him up. Michael Chandler, that is an impressive win over a good fighter. I am very much excited to see what comes next. He called out McGregor. Generally, I would say, dude, it's your second fight. But no, he has a lot of fights in the past. A lot of people think McGregor just jumped in. No, he had a lot of fights before he got to the UFC. So I think those two, that could be a good fight. Very much excited. Now, the fight that I was very much interested in, I wanted to see this, and I would think everyone else did too. Maybe I just like the women fighters more. But JoJo Calderwood, the tattooed Scotswoman, would remind you of Count Dankula's wife versus Jessica I. Now, I like Jessica I as a fighter. She is a bitch. She is a bully. She is a good striker. JoJo chewed her up. JoJo absolutely chewed her up. I would say her biggest mistake was she would get in the clinches, but halfway. Like, if you're going to clinch, clinch. If you're going to stay back, stay back. Either keep your distance so you can use your kicks, or get in there with a clinch so you can dominate her with your grappling. She kept doing like half and half, and Jessica I was absolutely roughing her up when she could get a shot in. But JoJo looked great. I am very much looking forward to seeing her career develop. Brad Tavares, and Antonio Carlos Jr. That was another fight that everyone got real excited and up about that one. I didn't think it was that impressive. Really, I think they each punched each other in the balls half a dozen times. But otherwise, I thought it was a forgettable fight. But it got a good reaction from the crowd I had. Not sure if it was just the ball punches got them excited and making jokes, but now I did point out that Tavares, his arm tattoo matched Carlos's leg tattoo. It was like, when you look at him, it looks as though you cut off Tavares's leg and attached it to Carlos, like they swapped legs. But otherwise, it was a fun fight to watch with that audience. If I was watching at home, it would have bored me a bit. Not to take anything away from the fighters. And then Marcin. So Pragneo and Roundtree. That fight, Roundtree walks in and he looks like he's 6'4". And Pragneo looks like he's 5'8". Apparently, Pragneo is 6'3" and Roundtree 6'1". But Roundtree looks taller. Even when they're fighting, just with their stances, Roundtree looks taller. But even though Roundtree is 2 inches shorter, he's got a 2-inch reach on Pragneo. And Pragneo was swinging for the fences. He was swinging hard. And the sound, with there being no audience in the stadium, it sounded brutal. It was a surprisingly fantastic fight. I enjoyed that fight way more than any of the other, I don't want to say no name, but any of the other non-featured fights. Pragneo and Roundtree was a great fight. Good striking. It was fantastic. Now, I want to say Pragneo got a unanimous decision. I know Lentz, that should have been a unanimous decision against him, but someone gave him the win. I don't know. All in all, it was a very enjoyable pay-per-view. Definitely would have been worth the money, hands down. But I missed a little more than half of the main card, and my customers left. So I would like a refund, Dana White. I would like you to refund my $70. But to be fair, you owe me a couple $100 in sales, plus my $70. Now, whoops. That is it for the UFC. Now, NFL. Green Bay, Tampa Bay. Green Bay had a huge upset over the Saints. Huge upset. And there's no way in hell Tampa Bay is going to beat Green Bay. Not a shot in hell. No way. Right? Right? Well, before each game, each night of games, I usually do a quick 30-second live stream from the bar and say, oh, this who's going to win. And yes, I always go against Green Bay because I'm biased. Des Bryant caught the ball. So everyone says, who's going to the Super Bowl? And I would say the smart money is Kansas City, Green Bay. I would say you'd kind of be dumb to bet otherwise. But I don't know that I would bet against Tom Brady. You may hate the guy, but Giants aren't in the playoffs. So yeah, he's got a good shot of winning. Yes, Tom Brady pulled off the win. Now, everybody keeps saying, it's the defense that's winning. Sure, it is. But it also, they need Tom Brady to play mistake-free without any major mistakes. The defense takes the pressure off of him. It's not I have to win this game. It's, I just have to play good enough to not fuck up. Well, he's been doing it. You have to admit, even if you're a hater, that Tom Brady, he's got to at least get some credit, because look at this Patriots and look at the Buccaneers. I am not as surprised as I should be that the Buccaneers won, but now Tom Brady had a wonderful game, fantastic game. Aaron Rodgers had a better game. He just did. Aaron Rodgers is an immense, amazing talent. And I think he's going to leave Green Bay. I don't think he's happy at Green Bay. And I think he's leaving. Where would he go? Shit. Maybe the Patriots. Honestly, maybe the fucking Patriots. But I don't know. He's probably going to want to go get paid. So, I don't know. Maybe go to Los Angeles now that Rivers is leaving. He could go to New Orleans because Drew Brees is leaving. Drew Brees hasn't announced it yet, but we all know he's leaving. I don't know. A lot of speculation. I don't think he'll be going to Detroit. That much I don't think will happen. But maybe. Would not be surprised. Aaron Rodgers is a weird guy. He definitely doesn't seem to do what everyone expects. Now, you can't talk about the game without mentioning LaFleur. It's 4th and goal on the 8-yard line. You're down by, what was it, 5? It's the 4th quarter. If you are within the 10, it's 4th and goal on the 8-yard line. If you don't have faith in your team to score that touchdown. sorry, what did you think? You were going to kick a field goal, then the defense was going to stop them or get a turnover and then kick another field goal? No. That was absolute pussy. Weak, lame. Your cowardice cost you the game. Congratulations. You aren't going to the Super Bowl because of your cowardice. Now, talk shit all you want about Seattle when they went for the pass. Like, you could have ran the ball. It was second or third down. I had plenty of time. Go for the pass. I got the fantastic running back who's very, very successful and effective. Everyone knows I'm going to run it to him. So let's do something. We got time. It'll burn a little time on the clock. Yeah, let's do something a little silly and pass it. Yes, you lost the game. Could have done this. Should have done this. Sure. But your failure was you took a risk. You had some balls. Complete cowardice causing you to lose the game? Yeah, I couldn't live with that. LaFleur, I'm not saying he should be fired, but I would fire him. I would fucking fire him. Or I would wait a little while and see if I calm down. But yeah, that was cowardice. Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I am a fan of both of these teams. There's more teams I cheer against than I cheer for. But there are some cities that I very much like. I love Buffalo. Buffalo is great. I like the people. I like the location. I really do like the greasy spoons they have there as well. I like Buffalo. It's nice. Buffalo and the Catskills are probably the two coolest places in New York State. By the way, I still think they should split them up. New York City, New York State. Just saying. And Kansas City. I like Missouri. I do. Hell, I like Kansas. Neither one's particularly great in my book, but neither one's bad. I have good experiences in both. I like the location. And Kansas City is a pretty cool town. There is the Skywalk disaster that you should pull up a video on. A terrible disaster. Happened in the 80s. And the way the city handled it, I thought was particularly cool. I like it. Plus, Max's Kansas City. Kansas City Max is the one who broke Aerosmith on the radio and helped them become big stars. So, yeah. Kansas City is always going to get some love. Bills are always going to get some love. So this was a good game to watch without having any cards on the table. And I just have to say, everyone else is saying it. I'm just going to be another voice in the chorus. Mahomes is a fucking beast. He had an amazing game. It was fantastic. If you don't think Mahomes is a great quarterback, you're either lying to yourself or you're not paying attention. One or the other. But can we all mention, or can we all take a moment to say Tyreek Hill deserves a lot of praise? He played fantastic. And this is a guy who came from a non-existent college. Like, what is it? Like West Alabama Baptist Bible School or something. Like, dude went to like a nobody school. Unless I'm wrong. And to be playing at that level in that game, definitely reminds me of who else came from a nobody school? I'm sure you guys can throw out 100 names. But yeah, it was fantastic job. Now, the Bills. Josh Allen, he's a pretty damn good quarterback. I like him. I like what he does. I really hope they don't, oh, we got to move on from him. He didn't win us the game. He played very good. And he played that good this season without his best receiver, which is Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley spent the whole season either hurt or playing hurt. He had a pretty decent game this time. But yeah, the Bills don't need to go replacing things. They need to just build on what they have. So I would try to bring in a better offensive line. Maybe upgrade the receivers a touch, or at least add more depth. But otherwise, I gotta say, I am rather impressed with how well the Bills have done. They should go home and be very, very proud and very happy. And maybe within the next 3 years, they will actually go to Super Bowl and win. I'd like that. I mean, I've cheered against them in 3 Super Bowls. Well, I bet against them in 3 Super Bowls. Cheered for them in 1. I'm a Cowboys fan, so. Plus, I went to the same college Phil Simms went to. So, I cheer for the Giants when they're not playing the Cowboys. Sometimes. At least I cheered for Phil Simms. And Lawrence Taylor. And Pepper Johnson. And I did like Eli. Although, I suspect my fondness for Eli is a mixture of I like his dad and I love Three Dog Night. Great band. And if you don't get that reference, you're too young. So, we are done with sports. Woo! I generally try to keep this around an hour for Odyssey. I may run a little over. So, if this doesn't make it to Odyssey, I will try to edit it and get it in. So, I would like to talk scotch about some music. I'm going to try not to talk about all old music, but when I was a kid, I liked older music. And now, being 78 years old, the music I grew up, or the new music that I liked, is old music. So the old music that I like is really old music. Yeah. Now, I was thinking about jukeboxes. I like jukeboxes. They're a big part of a bar. But, I mean, no one really has them anymore, right? Like, I'm curious on how I could work that. Like, I got the music going, maybe have a... What I was thinking is, I got a karaoke machine, set that up, right? And on the speakers, have music playing. And when and if someone wants to hey, let me listen to this, let me listen to that song, be like, all right, what do you want to hear? Maybe if I just had a book of like a playlist book, something like that. I'm not sure. If I can work out some way of doing that without it being too time consuming or whatnot, maybe hook my Zune up and just be like, all right, what's a song? Yes, I have a Zune. Yes, it's better than an iPod. Always has been, always will be, just never as popular. Now, being with the age group and the regional location of my customers, there are certain types of music that are going to be more popular. Like, I'm probably not going to be able to rock much of The Cure or Robbie Williams. I know. Because rock DJ is my jam. If you look on my YouTube channel, you can find me doing drunk karaoke to Robbie Williams' Rock DJ. If they haven't deleted it by now. I could take that up, I guess. Now, I very much like music. One thing, let's see, can I search? I don't like Leonard Skinner. I don't. When I hear Leonard Skinner, all I can think is, I'd rather listen to CCR. And there's a lot of stuff like that where it's not bad, but I prefer this. It's better. I mean, Leonard Skinner's been around for, they were around for what, 40 years? Maybe 10 or 15 if you think the band ended when the plane landed badly. But CCR, they were together like less than 10 years. Number of Leonard Skinner songs I love. You got Curtis Lowe, Simple Man, Two Steps, Tuesday, CCR, shit, fill 2 or 3 CDs worth. Now, the Eagles. A lot of people love the Eagles. My mother loves the Eagles. She says it's her favorite rock band. They're not a rock band. They're country. They've always been country. Sorry. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I like some country music. I like some music from all genres. But the Eagles, not a rock band. Never were. Now, Joe Walsh, yeah, played some rock. Don Henley, no. Glenn Frey, he tried. He did have one top 5,000 hit on his solo album. Sorry, that's mean. Glenn Frey's fantastic player, just not successful as a solo artist. But hell, the Police, their guitar player tried to go solo. What was it, Andy? And that failed miserably. But he's great talent. Now, I mentioned I love Three Dog Night. Everyone's like, Three Dog Night. Oh, Jeremiah. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Yeah. They spent more time at number one than the Beatles. They are extremely impressive. A large number of great songs. It's like Billy Joel. I used to laugh and joke about Billy Joel, but yeah, he's got 2 or 3 songs I like. Well, apparently Billy Joel has like a dozen songs I like. I just didn't know they were him. Yeah, it happens. So, this is a pipe dream, all right? Pipe dream. But in a fantasy world, I just want to share something. And I have never mentioned this, but right here. Now, when you look through here, right, 21 hits. You can book them. You can book them for an expensive fee, but not nearly as expensive as you would think. I want to hire Three Dog Night to put on a concert. I've got a patio out back. I've got enough space. I've got the parking. And you know what? I don't care if anyone comes. If I could get just a few people, Dave McClain, Skinny Devil, Music Lab, check him out on YouTube. I'll get him to come. My family, of course. Some of my close friends. It'd be worth it. It would be worth it. I mean, how awesome would that be, right? I think having music at the bar would be great. I don't want to be the asshole. It's like, we're going to play my music how I want it. No. But I would play some Dr. Hook. A good amount of Dr. Hook. It's rocking enough that the younger dudes can be like, yeah, that's cool. The older dudes can still get into it. Unless you're a hardcore hillbilly, anti-rock, I only listen to bluegrass and gospel. In that case, you're probably not going to be in a bar if you like gospel more than only gospel. But I think they got a wide enough mix. ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, my father's favorite band. Hey there, Mr. Blue. That would be great. Now, I can't play the fucking video because they strike me down, or YouTube does. Dorothy. There's a band called Dorothy. This singer, she is fantastic. She is rocking. Now that, that while mixing in some country, some southern rock, I think we can get an eclectic enough mix to please everyone. Because I have an older group. And I want to bring in the younger crowd without pushing out the older guys, right? I want to bring everyone together. And it's going to be a difficult balancing act. But I don't know. A live band, yes. I don't know if you caught it, but I believe with a little bit of work, we can have live music outdoors. That could be a great fun way to fundraise. Indoors, I really need to, I want an electrician to come in and look at that specific area, but I would hire an acoustic band to play tomorrow. By tomorrow, I mean, like, yes, I would open it up to an acoustic band right now. Absolutely. I want to have an electrician look before I go trying to throw in some Marshall amps and whatnot. I think I'd flip some breakers. I have some old wiring. But there are some musical groups that have offered their services. And I told them, let me first, gotta look at the numbers and whatnot. But yes. Now, I don't want to cover charge, right? Now, in the event that it's a live band, maybe, and give them a piece of the door, that would work. But generally speaking, I like the idea of either pay to get in or buy this many drinks. If you're drinking, fine. I don't want you to pay $10 to get in and then have to buy all your booze. No. If you're going to fucking drink, you're good to go. Now, there is if I had more people working there and it could work out better, I don't know, punch cards or something, but when you pay your $10 to get in, that comes with 3 drinks. You pay $10 to get in and you got 3 drinks. 3 free drinks. Or, comes with 3 drinks. That could work. But how do you keep track? How do you count it? Maybe punch card, I don't know. But yes, and again, things are still up and coming. Damn it. Sorry. The Adventure Communist app or game. The event is not closing anytime soon, so I can just open my tabs later. I just got the warning. Where was I? Oh, shit, sorry. Now, everything's still building up, working on it. So there's a lot of wonderful ideas that I have. And Alan, you have given multiple wonderful ideas as well. So it's first, great idea. Then how do I implement this? Okay, what do I need to implement this? All right. So I want an electrician, and I have a very awesome electrician who will work with me very generously to take a look at this stuff. But yeah, I would love to have live bands. I'm going to have live bands. Question is, will they be acoustic or not? Also, Skinny Devil Music Lab. I'm going to lean on you heavily to try to get some assistance with musicians and that sort of thing. In fact, since I'm going to mention him, and I'm fairly certain I'm going to go over my 1 hour mark, so I will do a little more rambling than I had planned.